They're splitting that pack, releasing the jammers, and here we go. We are off and running. Bruiser B, your lead jammer, right out of the gate.
I wanted to follow Bruiser.
Both jammers getting about neck and neck here, though. Neither one giving any quarter. Bruiser B calling it off, looking for the fourth whistle, getting 1 point on the board. First blood drawn, Sisters of Slaughter with a 1 point pack in red. Both jammers are off. Both jammers having a heck of a time, but Pixie Hollow finding that inside line and skating through as your lead jammer for the girls in red. Ursula Z also on her scoring pass. Pixie Hollow calling it off again, utilizing that force. Pack immediately split. That means those jammers are free to go, and they do. Skating through. Big pile up there at the beginning of turn one. That's going to leave the door wide open for Rosie Basher. Quick little shoulder check and she's off and running. Your lead jammer as Ivana Papatart just skims right by carbon dioxide. Both jammers on their scoring pass now. Big shoulder check there between Bonnie B down a leg. Once again, both teams employing this interesting pack formation here, splitting it immediately. Mama Wrecking Ball dancing her way outside line and then skating right out of her boots. That's how quickly she was going there. Lead jammer is going to go to double decker, actually. That was some amazing footwork right on that pivot line. Double decker with an amazing hip check to the outside by Vita Loca. Not here yet. Both teams willing to just let their jammers run loose. Pixie Hollow this time gets the nod. As she skates away as your lead jammer. Brewster B, of course, on her scoring pass as well. And we're seeing very clean play here and very amazing pack work here. Ivana Papatart, not your lead jammer. You have to make it through that pack legally. That's what you gotta do. Meanwhile, Ursula Z stymied in the back of that pack, finds that inside line opening, and hits the flat track just momentarily, back up and at him as she tries to get by that last line defense. And she does as your lead jammer. That's Ursula Z skating away. Meanwhile, Mama Wrecking Ball taking a trip to the Clearwater Casino sin bin. Gotta think about what she's done. Ivana Papatart scoring points on the board. 4 points for the death drops. Fast pack work here. Right through that pack. 5-4. Jam slowly getting underway here. And now speeding up with an amazing bunch of shoulder checks going on right in the middle there. Rosie Basher, not your lead jammer. That instead goes to the death drops. Double decker there with some amazing footwork going back and forth. Rosie Basher acting as the fifth blocker right now. And that's going to force the death drops to call it off. Both jammers released. Knocks in on her, but on the outside line is your lead jammer. Skating away from that pack at an amazing pace. Meanwhile, knocked to the outside by Mama Wrecking Ball. Pixie Hollow having a heck of a time with it, but instead finding that inside line and now skating through on her scoring pass as well. Knocks that on her butt in the middle of that pack, right in the middle of things. Knocked to the outside. Trying to get those points on the board for the girls in green. And she calls it off.
In a world made of steel, made of stone.
That's right. If this song doesn't get you motivated, I don't know what will. That's right. Ivana Pop-Tart looking to get by carbon dioxide up front there. And the pack is split. They've got to let her go. Ivana Pop-Tart, your lead jammer. Bad news for the sisters. Bruiser B being sent to the old Clearwater Casino sin bin. That's going to set up a power jam here for the Death Drops, who lead now 12-8. And Ivana Pop-Tart breaking through that pack yet again for a grand slam. Pack setting up their blocking plays right now. Bonnie Beatdown looking to give a little booty check there to Ivana Pop-Tart. Now she comes up to the front of that pack. Carla Cthulhu and Carbon Dioxide doing whatever they can to knock her out of bounds. Pack slowing down now to meet the jammer as Ivana Pop-Tart looks to get by that last line defense. Nothing doing though. Bonnie Beatdown with some amazing positional blocking there. Recycling her right to the back of the pack. She's got to come in behind the blocker that knocks her out of bounds. And of course they've chewed up enough time on the clock. The Bruiser B has now escaped the penalty box and is now skating past the last line of defense. Amazing second effort. Keepers aren't what they used to be. That's right. Double decker, there you go. And Mama Wrecking Ball just itching to get off that jam line as the pack slowly moves to release them. Once they cross that pivot line, it is game on. And there we go. That second whistle means jammers are released, and there they go. Double decker with an excellent jump off that line. She's your lead jammer, straight through that pack. Mama Wrecking Ball not about to leave anything up to chance. Those skaters just about neck and neck. There you go. Mama Wrecking Don't worry, Beer Garden, you're not as drunk as you think. The pack is moving. There we go. There we go. The jammers are released. We'll see what they make of it. Only one blocker in the penalty box now as the sisters enjoy a slight pack event. Big hit there by Bonnie Beatdown. The inside of the pack. Pixie Hollow inside and then outside again. No, nothing doing, says Manny. You have cut the track. Del from Hell overruling it, actually. Pixie Hollow back on the track. Meanwhile, Rosie Basher skating through. Not your lead jammer as well. Another big hit by Bonnie Beatdown. She is just waiting for those shoulder checks. Rosie Basher, your lead jammer, after a little bit of confusion there. Everything's been worked out in the flat track. We thought we had a major cutting, but did not happen. Meanwhile, that's a grand slam for the girls in green. As Elfin Fierce wrecks up the casino penalty box there, getting back in there again, doing some time. Rosie Basher continuing to bash her way through this pack. 5 more points for the girls in green. As yet another death drop gets sent to the penalty box. Think about what she's done. Rosie Basher, ladies and gentlemen, 5 more points on the board. As the Sisters of Slaughter have now overturned the score up against the Death Drops. From this official timeout, about 15 and a half minutes left to go in this first period. Sisters of Slaughter 22, Death Drops 24. 2-point difference here. That could go either way. There's plenty of time in this bout. Both of these teams just battling it out on the flat track right now. Ivana Pamatart, your lead jammer, with a little parting shot by Mama Wrecking Ball. There you go. Knocks in on her, but having a heck of a time trying to get by that wall of red. A couple of assisting blocks there by Vita Loca and Mama Wrecking Ball, and there you have it. She begins her scoring pass as well, but not before the damage been done. Ivana Pamatart with a 4-point pass for the girls in red, and she calls it off, so that's good enough for me. Always happy to hear from the Beer Garden. Double decker on the jam line, going right against Bruiser B. Oh my God, the Beer Garden have been invaded by Oregonians, I believe. Oh yeah, and Mai Tai, sure, why not? The Toad House Beer Garden, overtaken as it were. The pack moving at a glacial pace, ladies and gentlemen. Just waiting to get by that pivot line. These two jammers chomping at the bit back here. Carbon dioxide, you don't go until I say you go. Unquote. Wow, my goodness, right through that pack. Double decker, your lead jammer. That was amazing. Cutting through the pack like a hot knife through butter. Amazingly done by that jammer. Bruiser B, of course, on her scoring pass as well. Big hit on the outside there on the. So it looks like now she's sitting in the Clearwater Casino penalty box. Maybe a late penalty called on the last jam. I missed it, but I missed a lot of things. Mama Wrecking Ball with an amazing juke back to the inside. My goodness gracious. Your lead jammer for the girls in green. Getting away during this Sisters Power Jam. I Shove Lucy laying some hurt down in the middle of that pack against Joe Hurt. Trying to set up that inside line for her jammer. Mama Wrecking Ball just smashing her way through that pack. My goodness, that's 5 points the hard way. Oh boy. Mama Wrecking Ball living up to her namesake, ladies and gentlemen. Not afraid to get physical in this pack. No pack called, says the ref. Let's leave the door wide open for the jammer here, and she does make it happen. That's 5 more points. Mama Wrecking Ball. Goodness gracious, and we got a score change here. A lead change, rather. Sisters of Slaughter 32, Death Drops 28. Mama Wrecking Ball calling it off. Because I've had Joe, she makes it at this time. Going up against the venerable Ivana Pamatart, the lead scorer for the Death Drops. Racing against carbon dioxide there, Ivana Pamatart gets the lead jammer spot. And that's the jam. Knocks in on her butt, and Elfin Fierce on that jam line. I Shove Lucy, you got some splaining to do in that penalty box. Joining Carla Cthulhu, sleeping as the old ones do in the penalty box. Meanwhile, Elfin Fierce, your lead jammer on the flat track in legal play. Getting through in this 4-point bout right now. Elfin Fierce getting through with a 5-point jam, and there you have it. As quick as I can say it. The death drops back up on top. Knocks down on her butt. Sailing through, beginning her scoring pass right now. Elfin Fierce calling it off. Score line.
Come on, Bruiser!
Bruiser B on the outside line. That's your lead jammer, ladies and gentlemen. Looking to turn this score around. Bonnie Beatdown looking for that extra hit on the outside there, but Double Decker says not this time. Skating through on her scoring pass now. Meanwhile, Bruiser B having a heck of a time at the back of this pack, trying to skate her way through. Big pile up here on turn 2 as Double Decker skates through, and that's going to be a 4-point pass for Rainy City. Undaunted. They fight on. Bruiser B looking for that line. Right on the inside. She skates through and pulls it off. Mama Wrecking Ball donning the jammer penny for the girls in green. She'll be going up against Dynamite. I think this is the first time we've seen Dynamite on the jam line tonight. Both jammers trying to push their way through this pack. There's a heck of a wall up front here. Ursula Z and Evita Loca doing whatever they can. Big shoulder check on the outside there by Crash Diet. Sending Mama Wrecking Ball back out, then back inside again. Little cut in the track, meaning she is not your lead jammer. But she is still through first. Dynamite, actually your lead jammer, and she decides to call it off before Mama Wrecking Ball can get any of those points on the... Rosie Basher for the girls in green. Going up against Elfin Fierce for the death drops. The jam begins. Rosie Basher looking for that outside line, but there is not a lot of room out there. Little jammer on jammer action there as Elfin Fierce goes right back to the inside line and is your lead jammer for the Rainy City girls. Rosie Basher beginning her scoring pass now. Bonnie Beatdown with a big shoulder check, knocking Elfin Fierce to the inside. I think that's a cut in the track. Yes, boy howdy. That was an amazing shoulder check there, right at the perfect moment. Elfin Fierce now taking a trip to the Clearwater Casino Sin Bin, and that's going to set up a power jam here. But of course, as Rosie Basher is not your lead jammer, this will be a 2-minute jam. It will go the entire time. That means everybody in the beer garden must now take a drink. I don't make the rules, I merely enforce them. Rosie Basher trying to fight her way through this pack. But it is a hard-fought battle. The wall of red up front. Pack is split. Rosie Basher just meanders her way right on through. That's a 5-point pass, which is exactly what the Sisters of Slaughter want. We've got a tied game right now. I think we've got another 5-point pass. Yes, we do. 10 points for this jam for Rosie Basher and the Sisters of Slaughter. That puts them up top. Sisters of Slaughter now lead with about 46 to the Death Drops 41. Carmen Dioxide now being sent to jail to think about what she's done. Bruiser B now, the lone blocker for the girls in green, trying to open up a hole for Rosie Basher as that jam ends. Rosie sand on her butt. Ivana Papatard just begging the referees to send her to the Clearwater Casino Sin Bin, and they oblige. Knocks in on her butt, your lead jammer This is going to be a power jam for the Sisters of Slaughter. As Double Decker gets set for the old sin bin. This is exactly what the Sisters of Slaughter like to see as they head into the halftime. Knocks in on her butt, ladies and gentlemen. That's a grand slam. 5 points on the board for the Sisters of Slaughter. 54 points.
Barbara Streisand.
No pack called. They've got to let her go. That's a little out of play action there. Knocks in on her butt, has to be let free. And that's another 5 points on the board. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Sisters of Slaughter as they continue to throw those points up on that board.
Barbara Streisand.
Knocks in on her butt, skating through this thinned out pack as the penalty box is full of skaters right now. That's another 5 points on the board. My goodness. Sisters of Slaughter here as the time runs out in this first period. Not about to give anything away.
Barbara Streisand.
Big hit there by Mama Wrecking Ball. Left. Have I said, are we ready to go enough times? I think I have. Ursula Z stymied on the inside line as Elfin Fierce finds the outside. That's your lead jammer for the depth drop as they look to tighten up this score going into the halftime. Ursula Z on her scoring pass. Meanwhile, Elfin Fierce trying to get by the last line fence. Big assisting block there on the outside line. There we go. I think the officials have said, and I actually saw the end of this bout already. I'm not going to ruin it for anybody here, but it is exciting. All right, so here we go. Period number 2. Mama Wrecking Ball, Double Decker. Here we go. Jam number 1. There we go. Crash Diet just inching her way across that pivot line, releasing both those jammers. That was very close. Tell you what. But Double Decker gets the nod. Mama Wrecking Ball not afraid to show a little blocking there. Jammer on jammer action. Both jammers battling through the pack, but Bruiser B gets the nod as your lead jammer getting away from that pack. Stymied at the back of that pack, meanwhile. Ivana Papatart finds a wide open hole. Amazing assisting block there by Legs Lenore, allowing her jammer right through that pack. Bruiser B, meanwhile, going up against the same blocker and skating through for a 4-point pass and calling it off. And that sets up a power jam for Noxan on her butt. Oh. Extremely fast pack here. Noxan on her butt works is cut out for her as she looks that inside line and she gets it. Your lead jammer during this Sisters of Slaughter power jam. Mama Wrecking Ball up front trying to block out the Rain City blocker to set up a broken pack here as Noxan on her butt does not heed the warnings. Instead, skates right on through the middle of that pack. 5 more points on the board for the Sisters of Slaughter. Big hit there on the straightaway number 1. And that's your jam. Big hit right in the end. Featured as well a junior roller derby tournament. You have got to check that out. That's the Wild West Showdown, March 1st, 2nd, 3rd, right here. Meanwhile, Double Decker and Rosie Basher take their turn on the jam line. Released and then hitting the back of that pack like a concrete wall. This pack is not about to let anybody get through easy. Regardless, Rosie Basher, your lead jammer, as she breaks through that pack. Rosie Basher scoring 27 of the 80 points you see on the board tonight. And she calls it off after getting through that pack. 25 minutes left to go. It's still anybody's bout here. Neither of these teams going to give anything up. I shove Lucy going for the outside line, getting a big shoulder check out of bounds. No pass, no penalty called, allowing her to get lead jammer position. Thurston Gore is not happy about that. And that's going to be a grand slam for I Shove Lucy, skating away as the lead jammer. Meanwhile, Ivana Papatart trying to get some of those points herself as I Shove Lucy calls. Big hit on the outside there, Bonnie beatdown. She has been pivotal, pardon the pun, in the pack tonight. Meanwhile, on the offensive end of things, Bruiser B not about to let anything go as she skates by the lead jammer, Elfin Fierce. And now they are neck and neck. We'll see what the defense makes of this as both jammers smash into the back of this pack and are now trying to make their way through. Attempted block on both jammers. Elfin Fierce comes through that pack first. 4 points for both jammers though. Getting through this pack. Elfin Fierce, of course, skating out in the open right now. Jeff Drops trying to tighten up this lead. On the other side of things, Sisters of Slaughter trying to break through that 100-point mark. Elfin Fierce calling it up. And that's an official timeout, folks. There we go. Looks like that. Now we're back in business here. The jam half has started. Mama Wrecking Ball, your lead jammer, skating through that pack. Just in front of Double Decker. This pack is spread out, but yet ready to hit a jammer. Joe Hurt and Pixie Hollow simultaneously getting to the Clearwater Casino penalty box. As Mama Wrecking Ball now looks to wreck her way through that pack with a 4-point pass for the girls in green. This is going to be a power jam now for the Sisters of Slaughter. I missed the penalty. But apparently Double Decker's been a bad girl. She's going to think about what she's done. Mama Wrecking Ball quicker than I can even see it. That's 5 more points on the board, and the Sisters of Slaughter have broken the century mark. 102 points on the board for the girls in green. Dynamite, not about to let anything go at the back of that pack. She is just smashing anybody who comes within her danger zone. Meanwhile, Mama Wrecking Ball, 5 more points on the board. This is an amazing jam. As she decides to call it off, 14-point jam for our jam here. About 20 minutes left to go. Pack pack is taking off here at a breakneck pace. Rosie Basher being knocked just in bounds. Amazing positional blocking going on by the girls in red right now, as it is all about the defense for the death drops. Rosie Basher looking to find that open hole. She gets on the outside line and she finds it. That's your lead jammer, Rosie Basher, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, Double Decker on her scoring pass. Sprung from prison early for good behavior. Rosie Basher and Elfin Fierce going shoulder to shoulder. And Rosie says, yeah, I've had enough of that. Looks like we may have another timeout. Last minute addition to the lineup there. Carbon Dioxide joins the team as blocker. Iron Chef Lucy and Bonnie Beatdown looking on from the penalty box. Meanwhile, Ivana Babatar is your lead jammer for the girls in red. Ursula Z having a heck of a time trying to get by Legs Lenore and Crash Diet there up in front. Carbon Dioxide, quick as she went in, she goes back out again. She's going to spend a little time in the sin bin there. And that's her jam. 4 more points on the board right now as she takes a turn on the jam line. She's going up against Bruiser B for the girls in green. Immediately the pack is split. The jammers let loose, as it were. And Bruiser B on the outside line is your lead jammer.
Good job, Bruiser!
Pixie Hollow not far behind on her scoring pass as well. And the Death Drops enjoying a supreme pack advantage right now. Overwhelming the Sisters of Slaughter. We'll see what they make of it. It's just going to be all about the defense here. Trying to fend off Bruiser B, but nothing doing. She skates on through. That is a 5-point pass. Got 4 points on the board, meanwhile, for Pixie Hollow. And that's the jam. Bruiser B decides to call it on off. Both jammers off. Trying to find a hold in that just sea of blockers going on. Elfin Fierce amazingly right through that pack, not without getting a parting shot by Avita Loco, of course. Knocks in on her butt, getting knocked out of bounds by a sea of red. Knocks in on her butt, still trying to fight her way past that back of that path. That's Elfin Fierce now looking to get by Ursula Z and Carbon Dioxide. Big hit there by Ursula Z. As knocks in on her butt, now passes through that pack with a 4-point pass. Not to be outdone. Knocks in on her butt, ladies and gentlemen. Elfin Fierce now breaking through that pack as well and calling it off. Crash Diet and Carbon Dioxide shooting the breeze. Ivana Babatar breaks through the pack before the turn has even completed. And she is skating away as your lead jammer. Rosie Basher finding the inside line untouched to begin her scoring pass. And that's your jam. Big jump off that line. Ursula Z finds herself in the lead jammer position. Pixie Hollow, of course. No stranger to scoring points. She's got 19 points under her belt herself during this bout. And that was a big pass by Ursula Z. Throwing a bunch of points up on that board. Pixie Hollow, meanwhile, with a 4-point pass of her own for the Death Drops. And that's the jam. 4 points during that. No pack call. Those jammers are released right off the bat. Big pile up there, sending the Rainy City Jammer onto the flat track. Pack is in the front, and I Shove Lucy is there as well, skating on through for the girls in green. I Shove Lucy hitting that pack and calling it off. Another big pileup. And it's Ivana Papatar, your lead jammer, breaking through the middle of that pack. As Carla Cthulhu and Mama Wrecking Ball look on from the Clearwater Casino penalty box. Carbon Dioxide now skating away on her scoring pass. Meanwhile, Ivana Papatar skating through and calling it off, but not before scoring 4 points for her team. 23 of the 86 points you see on the board right now. One of the high scorers for the Death Drops. The NSOs out here who are keeping it real on the flat track, keeping everything safe and sane and on the books correctly. We love you guys. You're good at math and stuff. I'll tell you who's good at roller derby though. Pixie Hollow, and knocks in on her butt as she skates away. He's your lead jammer. Both jammers on their scoring pass right now. A slightly thinned out pack. As the Death Drops enjoy a pack advantage. Bruiser B being sent to the Clearwater Casino penalty box to think about what she's done. As knocks in on her butt, calls off her. And the pack clears the pivot line. We'll see what happens. Jam 17 in the second period. Elfin Fierce, your lead jammer. She had to work so hard for that one on that outside line. Meanwhile, Rosie Basher working equally hard, but just unable to gain any ground across that last line defense in red. Little parting shot. That's going to recycle her to the back of the pack. Meanwhile, Elfin Fierce skating around Mama Wrecking Ball. That's going to be a major cutting the track. And that is bad news for the girls in red as they were looking to capitalize on this lead jammer spot. It's all up to Rosie Basher right now, but of course without a legal lead jammer on the track, this one might go the entire 2 minutes. And of course 2 minute jam means everybody in the beer garden now takes a drink. That's just the way it works. I know. Pack slowing down to a snail's pace as they await the jammer. Rosie Basher is trying to get Pandora blocks, and she does, finds that outside line. She now skates away on her scoring pass, looking to get some of those points on the board for the Sisters of Slaughter. Big assisting blocks there. Mama Wrecking Ball and Carla Cthulhu open up a hole for Rosie Basher. That's a 4-point pass. There's the... Little pile up there leaves the hole wide open for Elfin Fierce, who skates through. Sprung from prison early for good behavior. Knocks in on her butt, meanwhile, still looking for that open line. She does. She finds something on the inside, begins her scoring pass. But Elfin Fierce skates right through that pack. About as clean as you can get. A 4-point pass for the girl in red, and she calls it off. footwork there by Double Decker. That's your lead jammer skating away from this pack. This is exactly what the depth drops were looking for here with about 5.5 minutes left to go. As Double Decker now smashes her way through that pack. My goodness, that was about as clean as it gets. 5 points on the board for the girls in red, and they have broken into the 100-point mark. Double Decker with a relentless battle. Bruiser B with an amazing shoulder block, but Double Decker not to be outdone. Still attempting to break through that last line defense. Little Sisters of Slaughter sandwich going up there in front. And we've got another grand slam on the board. Mama Wrecking Ball blocking a little out of play there. It happens. But 5 points on the board nonetheless for the girls in red. Aisha Lucy, meanwhile, having a heck of a time at the back of that pack. Just now breaking through and looking to smash through the outside wall. Nothing doing though. They escort her to the out of bounds mark instead. Crash dive with an amazing knocks in on her butt. Donning the jammer star for the girls in green. Going up against Ivana Papatar. Death Drops enjoying a supreme pack advantage there. Bonnie Beatdown with an amazing hit. Knocking Ivana Papatart out of bounds, keeping her from getting that lead jammer spot, which she was well on the way to getting there. And she squeaks by the outside line, and that is your lead jammer, Ivana Papatart here, with about 4 minutes left to go in this bout. The girls from Chehalis looking to get some of those points on the board. Knocks down on her butt meanwhile. On her scoring pass. Ivana Papatart. Looks like we've got another team going up against